I'm Muqtadar Khan, your host. Welcome to Conversations. I'm Muqtadar Khan, your host, and today I'm going to try and solve this puzzle as to why Donald Trump has not yet signed the Memorandum of Understanding. It has been on his table for a while. At first, he was so excited when he says, "Oh, we have a deal, and I'm going forward to it. This is going to be the greatest of deals, etc." And he says that both sides had come to an understanding of what the terms and conditions will be, and so they're just ironing out the final details. Well, the devil is always in the detail, isn't it? So anyway, so Donald Trump was then waiting, and then he started. He was criticized heavily by right-wing voices which are basically Israel firsters, like Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham and others, and then he sort of, I guess, panicked, and then he added a new caveat saying that he is not going to sign the Iran deal unless countries like Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Pakistan and others also recognize Israel and Abrahamic Accords. He said, this is what we're doing. This is all for Israel. This is the only reason why we are there. And we are working so hard and we are making so many sacrifices. So there should be some benefit, right? Now that we have sacrificed 13 Americans, we have sacrificed billions and billions of American taxpayer money. After all this sacrifice and effort that we have put in, there should be some benefit. And obviously the benefit has to go only to Israel. And that's what he wants. The Abraham Accords has to be signed. And that's what Donald Trump wants. The Saudis said no. The Pakistanis said vehemently no. I actually did a show on the Pakistani response. I don't know whether the Qataris have been very formal in their saying no, but the Qataris are not going to do this either. Neither will the Omanis. Bahrain and UAE are already part of Abraham Accords, and maybe Kuwait could be persuaded to join, but Kuwait needs a lot of support from Saudi Arabia. So we will wait and see, but I don't think that he's going to get any more new Indonesia and Pakistan. I'm not very sure that is going to happen. But anyway, after that, there was a lot of discussion going on. So I'm in this conversation, which I'm going to try and keep it reasonably brief. I want to basically say that there are potentially three reasons why the Memorandum of Understanding has not been signed. Donald Trump has realized at least one thing, that there is a very strong connection to the Strait of Hormuz and the Wall Street. He doesn't care about Americans. He doesn't care about ordinary Americans. He also said, I don't care about the midterm elections either. So he's okay with the Republicans losing the House as well as losing the Senate perhaps, which means he knows that if he loses even one of the houses, then his presidency is over. He will be a lame duck president. If they lose the Congress, there'll be constant, non-stop hearings about his corruption, about how he's making profit in nearly everything that his policies are related to. Even little things like $50,000 investment in the ultimate fighting, whatever that sport is, which he promoted. So there will be a hell to pay for the Republicans, and especially for this administration. If the Democrats win the House, there will be lots and lots of hearings about every other thing, including Epstein's. Perhaps we might get to see the full Epstein files. But he doesn't seem to care. As long as he serves the Israeli interests, apparently he doesn't care about anything else. As long as Israel is safe, as long as Israel is made the dominant hegemon in the Middle East, as long as Arabs surrender and make peace with Israel, Donald Trump doesn't care for anything else. Americans don't matter. Inflation in America doesn't matter. His own political party and its electoral fortunes don't matter. The fact that the gas price has gone from $2.9 to $4.5, he doesn't care. Consumer price index is up. Inflation is up. None of that thing Donald Trump really cares about. So this Israel first precedent, there are three reasons why I think he's not signing this memorandum of understanding. And I think the first one is quite possible that the deal is not finalized. I think they have a broad points which are there on a piece of paper. I don't know why Donald Trump is not sharing a screenshot, because he's trying to hide And the fact, I will tell you what, that's my second reason why he's not signing this, because he doesn't know how to sell it to the American people. Even the stupid, dumb MAGA supporters will realize when you hear that. When you don't have to, I agree that most of the IQ levels of people who vote for right-wing leaders are very, very low. They can't read data, they can't understand many things. Even when they're paying high prices at gas, they think Donald Trump is doing a great thing as president. So they are not well informed, but even they will realize that this is a shocker. So I'll talk about that in a moment. But the first thing I think is it's quite possible that Ayatollah Khamenei has not yet fully signed off on those terms and conditions, the mutual agreement. That Donald Trump keeps saying no nuclear weapon, immediate opening of the Strait of Hormuz, we are not going to pay a penny, nothing else. So what are you giving them? Like, why is Iran agreeing for that memorandum of understanding? There's nothing in it. He just says that, oh, first they will open the Strait of Hormuz, then we will unblock it. So there are a lot of these things that he's tweeting on through Truth Social, but we have not actually seen the document. Probably we are never going to see the final document. But I think the first reason is perhaps because even the Iranians have not signed off on it. And the broad understanding is this, that Donald Trump, no, I'll come to that in a minute. Let me do that in the end. I have to share the second reason why. So the first reason is it's quite possible that the Iranians themselves have not finalized this, because the enthusiasm is all coming only from Donald Trump. Nobody else, even in the administration, even when Marco Rubio talks about it, he talks about it without the same enthusiasm that Donald Trump shows in his Truth Social posts. So yes, Marco Rubio is saying, yes, there's some progress, and then he warns Iranians, and then he basically says, and that basically also signals that we have no intention of restarting the war, and saying that our first option is diplomacy, the president's first option is diplomacy. That's what Rubio keeps saying. So I think that the okay has not come from the Iranians. So there's a pretty good chance that has happened. The second reason, and this is what I've been chomping at the bit to share with you, the second reason is that Donald Trump is going to unfreeze $12 billion of Iranian money, which is frozen in Qatari banks. The delegation, that Iranian delegation which went to Qatar, that's one of the things that they were negotiating as to how Donald Trump will unfreeze those $12 billion of cash. Today, Scott Bessent was saying that $1 billion of Iranian cryptocurrency has been seized. We just grabbed their wallets. I don't know what that means. And we have not heard any confirmation, or the Iranians would have been screaming and saying that you're violating the ceasefire. How can we negotiate with you when we can't trust you? So saying that we are in the process of negotiations and maintaining a ceasefire, and then saying we are seizing further assets, I don't know what to make of that. If I was negotiating with the Americans, I would say, what the heck? You just seized more of my assets? You're like a highway robber? Why should I deal with you at all? Donald Trump really wants this war to end. He's realized that he has lost it. There's no doubt about it. So anyway, I don't know, Donald Trump hasn't figured out how to tell the American people that, like Obama, I'm also going to give billions of dollars to the Iranians. Because he was so critical of the JCPOA. This deal, I've been telling you from the very beginning, for the last 2.5 months, I've been saying on my show repeatedly that ultimately the deal that Iran will agree with will look exactly like the JCPOA, but now it looks even more favorable to Iran, because Iran will have some kind of control on the Strait of Hormuz, no matter what the US says. So the second reason why I think Trump has not signed anything and moved forward is because he has not figured out how to tell the American people that in order to open the Strait of Hormuz, he's giving $12 billion to Iran. Now, he's not giving the money. He's just allowing Iran to get back the money that it all belongs to Iran itself. So the U.S. just froze Iranian assets. So Iran is going to get back its assets. It's not as if the U.S. is giving American taxpayer money. We give American taxpayer money to Israel, not to others. So that is what I think is another reason that Donald Trump is trying to figure out, how can I fool MAGA? They are fools, they are idiots, they are stupid, but I need to find some way, because they can realize, because Tucker Carlson is going to tell them, Megyn Kelly is going to tell them, Joe Rogan is going to tell them that, oh my God, he gave $12 billion to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz. That is simple. I know it will be difficult for some of the MAGA voters to understand, but surely they will understand, right? Maybe they can ask ChatGPT to explain it to them in stick figures, what that means. So I think that's another reason why he has not yet signed off on it. The third possible reason for that is that, if you remember, he tweeted that he sent the memorandum of understanding, the broad framework, to Israel and to the Gulf nations to get their feedback. So basically, he's waiting for approval from his boss from Tel Aviv. The Netanyahu says, yeah, you can go ahead with this, or the Israeli lobby, because I think they don't like it at all. They don't like this deal. They don't want to deal with Iran. They want to use American power to completely win everything. They want America to fight all of Israel's war and dream wars. It's like India saying, what is our dream? Our dream is to attack China and defeat China. We can't do that, but America can. So let's hijack American foreign policy. Let's hijack America's military and make them fight for us. Let Americans die for India in China. It's something like that is what Israel has succeeded in doing. It's making America fight Israel's battles. And why would it want to stop now? We already learned that in defense of Israel, America has spent its own missiles, its own Patriot missiles, etc. And the Israelis saved their missiles. It's an American stockpile that has been going down, at every little thing you see, the decision making in this administration is Israel first, America last, Israel first, America last. I find it bizarre. So I think the third reason is he's not getting an okay from the Israel lobby or from Netanyahu, and he's trying desperately to muster the courage to go against it, because he knows he is doomed. The thing that people like Mark Levin and others are trying to do is push to send ground troops. There will be deaths in the hundreds. And at least he seems to be at the moment smart enough not to do something that stupid. Going to war with Iran itself was stupid. There's a reason why all presidents in the past have not attempted this. Donald Trump was stupid enough for the Israeli lobby to use him. So anyway, these are the three reasons. One, it's quite possible that the Iranians have not finally approved. Number three, Israelis have not given him an okay. And number two, he hasn't figured out how to tell the American public that he's going to give billions of dollars to Iran. So Iran will have more money as a result of this war than it did before. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. Thank you for watching Conversations. Please like this video. And thank you for coming again and again and watching the show. I love talking to you all. So keep the channel going. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, press the bell icon, and don't forget to share it with your socio-political network. Until next time, I'm your host, Muqtadar Khan. Take care. Bye.